Dear Carbon Footprint, you get smaller as Toyota's electrified lineup gets larger. The all-new, all-hybrid Camry takes a bold step, with all-wheel drive available on every trim. The spacious RAV4 and Grand Highlander hybrids sip less fuel and devour more miles. And with the RAV4 Prime and the all-electric BZ4X, you'll plug into even more savings. Yours, Toyota Electrified Vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Pastimes Podcast. Each week we go through an old newspaper from a random date in history picked out by Dave Anthony. I'm Gareth Reynolds, and I've never seen it before, and neither is our guest this week.
Fantastic. The Bert Furshner, Chris Tallman.
Wow.
Deep
Hi,
pull.
Chris.
Hi, Gareth.
That is a
Good
deep
job.
How are you? I'm a fan from a long time ago.
Were you,
Hey,
Gareth,
anybody
how
who was
old
watching
were you?
Comedy Central back in like 95, welcome.
That's what it
Yeah.
was. That's what
Were
it
they
was.
were they like were the Furstners guys you looked up to?
Yes, completely.
Oh, really?
Lamb chops and dill sauce. Yep.
Mhm.
Oh.
They were?
Technically, yeah, veal balls and dill sauce, actually.
Oh. Wow.
Wow.
Nice try, Gareth. Nice try.
Sorry. The dill sauce is important.
Yeah, the dill sauce.
No, I remember, there were a few moments where I was like, oh my God. And one of them was not only seeing Chris, but when Chris started coaching an improv team I was on, I was like, this is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
It was like
I was.
Dilbert was your friend.
Dill Saucebert.
Oh,
See,
nice.
and we're back.
Yep.
But Chris, you are a fantastic performer.
Thank
We
you.
talked about when you joined us on a Dollop recording. I did talk about the greatest initiation of all time, which you said to me, Benjamin Franklin, walk me through your childhood home, and it was one of those entry level moments of everyone in the audience is like, this guy's too stupid to handle that initiation. Let's watch him tap dance at bullets. But Chris, you're on the Thundermans, a huge hit show.
Yes.
And you also have Nerd Poker, which Dave's been on. And we talked about how Dave checks the corners. And
I did.
and people can get that wherever they listen to the things that we listen to nowadays.
Yeah,
Is that correct?
The cast.
Any corrections?
No, Gareth, so far, other than the veal balls, which is a huge mistake.
We'll fix
you're
that
doing
in
great.
post, by the way. We'll fix that. In
Oh,
post.
never mind.
It's not gonna be a problem.
Great job, Gareth.
I'll get a couple of wild veal balls after this. Okay, Chris. So, and that's quite a sentence. Look, I don't know if you listen. I don't
have.
care to know. No, don't do that.
Oh,
We're gonna guess what year this paper is from. You're gonna go first as the guest. We're not gonna give you any clues, but just take a stab. What do you think? Paper year could be 2001's our eldest, and our youngest is 1600s. But it's I would stick above and below those two if I were you. But it's up to you.
Yeah, no, I like that. For whatever reason, I feel sentimental with Dave, and I feel like he's going to keep it within my lifetime. I was born in 1970, so I'm going to go early 70s. I'm going to go early 70s.
Okay.
Very interesting. Give us a year.
72.
Wow.
Interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I really like the guess a lot. I really do. I like the guest and the guess, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna guess that we will be just because I think you're probably right, but I'm not gonna be a jerk off. I'll say 1932, just
Fun.
to keep it interesting.
Yeah.
So I messed up. I thought you were born in 1869.
Oh, okay.
So that's the year I picked. So that's on me.
I'm a huge fan. I mean, I was born just before the Civil War, so this will be great.
Yep.
I love it when Chicago burned. So this is all good stuff for
You
me.
did, yeah.
You did,
Yeah.
March 18th, 1869, Sweetwater, Tennessee, the Sweetwater Forerunner.
Ooh,
Forerunner's a good name.
Before it was a car. Yeah, I agree.
I like that.
Wait, that's the name of a place?
Yeah, Sweetwater.
Forerunner.
No, the Forerunner is the paper, but Sweetwater,
I see.
Tennessee. I have no idea where that is. I mean, it doesn't matter. Once it's in Tennessee, it's.
Yep. We want to say how much we love our Tennessee listeners, and
We
Dave
do.
doesn't speak
Oh,
for the
boy.
show. Dave is an individual, and sometimes he fires off about little areas just with, his own angles.
Mm-hmm. Dave likes to keep it jagged.
Yeah, Dave comes out stabbing.
It looks like it's about an hour south west of
That's
Knoxville.
enough.
So there you go.
Okay.
So it's not a major city, but it's close.
Sure. It's important to us still.
But back then, it's like you may as well be in another country if you're that far away from Knoxville.
Sure.
First thing here is a little, laws of newspapers for the instruction and guidance of some who may possibly need information on the subject. We copy the following.
This is like a book you wrote and leave out for your wife, like, how to fuck Ralph.
First of all, leave his asshole alone. What's wrong with you?
First of all, and if you're going to put something in it, let him know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Postmasters are required to give advice by letter when a subscriber does not take his paper from the office and give the reason for its not being
so
taken.
Specific.
So if
this is a personal grievance.
If someone doesn't pick up their newspaper, the postmaster has to write a letter and get a letter back and have the person say why they didn't take the paper.
Yeah, they overthink what the postmaster's like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
And this is an article in the paper?
Yes.
This is the sometimes the papers tell people how to do their papering. Like they are like very like you're not doing this right.
Yeah,
it happens a lot.
It's aggressive.
I'm going to point out that this sounds to me like the postmaster walked from the post office next door to the journalism house, whatever, the newspaper. He's like, I've got a front page story. And it's called Michael's Rules. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to know why. And why, please?
Wait, here it is. So neglecting to do so makes the postmaster responsible to the publisher for payment.
That's crazy.
So if someone doesn't pick up their paper, I guess they must have to pay for it when they pick it up. Right? And then
I guess. And then the postmaster has to pay for it if someone doesn't want it anymore?
If someone doesn't want it, the postmaster has to write a letter to the person and get a response.
But you're putting all of it on the postmaster.
Man, how did we make newspapers so complicated? That's
So is this pre-stamps?
Ooh, is it pre-stamps?
Maybe that's what the postmaster's like, I got to get my 13 cents somehow.
Yeah, you might be right.
Very good question.
Any person who takes the papers regularly from the post office, whether he has subscribed or not, is responsible for the payment of the subscription.
So stupid to make your first headline about how to handle your paper.
Jesus.
I am owed 13 cents.
Anyone ordering his paper discontinued must pay all arrearages or the publisher.
Not a word.
It is now.
Flagging it.
If you put a word in a paper, it's a word.
Arrearages.
Or the publisher may continue to send it until payment is made and collect the whole amount, whether it is taken from the office or not.
That's crazy too.
Yeah.
I'll just keep sending it and you'll keep owing me money, postman. How about that?
I mean,
the courts have decided that refusing to take a newspaper or periodical from the post office or removing, although there's no G, it's removing, and leaving the uncalled for is prima facie evidence of intentional fraud.
Wow.
Prima facie.
Yeah, big. Yep.
Somebody's cousin went to school.
Yeah. It's prima nocta, but with a paper. You bagged my articles.
All right, so to start out this paper, they're already treating the readers that they're hostile to the reader. Like they've already started a fight on page 1 with the reader. The reader's like, what the fuck did I do, man?
Tell your mother I can't pass the Brussels sprouts because I don't want to. Yeah, very mom and dad.
Okay. The farmer's barometer.
Oh.
You guys probably know about this because you guys are from Wisconsin, so you guys probably know about this.
Absolutely.
Take a common glass pickle bottle.
Yeah.
Wide mouth.
Dave, does everyone not know this? Because so far this is pretty straightforward that you're going to want to take a pickle bottle wide mouth.
Yeah, this is like a Racine, right?
Yeah.
Racine,
Sheboygan Racine. Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Fill it with 3 inches of the top with water.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Then
take way to measure water inches.
Yep.
Take a common Florence oil flask.
Measuring water in inches.
Take a common Florence oil flask, remove the straw covering, and cleanse the flask thoroughly. Plunge the neck of the flask as far as it will go.
Yeah.
Into
Yourself.
And the barometer is complete.
Uh-huh.
In fine weather, the water will rise in the neck of the flask even higher than the mouth of the pickle bottle.
This is, I mean, literally, this is like when I used to get stoned and try to put IKEA furniture together.
Oh,
I'm like, I literally don't know what's happening anymore.
Gareth, 2 a.m, calling IKEA. What the fuck is a pickle bottle? I have an Allen wrench and some screws.
Oh, that's what the dresser is called.
Oh, it's the pickle bottle. It's available in brown or tan.
In windy weather, it will fall to within an inch of the mouth of the flask. Before a heavy gale of wind, the water has been seen to leave the flask altogether at least windy. 8 hours before the gale came to its height. This invention was made by a German.
What?
It was made by a German.
That makes no sense.
That was made by a psychotic person. Like, that's a crazy thing.
Those are not directions that are helpful, even back then, in any way. People are like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
And there's no way the water is coming out of the flask 8 hours before the wind gets there.
Is that what it's saying?
That's what it's saying.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. In 8 hours, there's going to be a monumental event.
Oh, man. Honey, look.
A little band of veterans. On Washington's birthday, a little band of veterans, 23 in number, assembled at a hall in the Bowery to honor the memory of the great Virginia patriot.
Oh,
they were survivors of the War of 1812.
Oh, wow.
They're old.
Yeah.
Well, not then.
Because if they were 20 in 1812.
And what are we, 1839?
We're 1869.
Oh, 1869.
Oh,
okay.
No one's supposed to live this long.
No. But however, let's say the 8-year-olds were going into battle to some extent.
That's true.
So
that's true.
Washington
but
was
still,
known,
they are old.
Yeah, I mean, he loved to use children on the front lines.
He loved it.
Yeah.
He loved it.
Send the boys! And then just
those wily boys running through the brush. Oh, Grits will never know what had them.
Shoot over the boys' heads. Amazing strategy.
The old men, whose ages average about 75, are helpless, impoverished, and almost forgotten.
Jesus Christ. They're avid readers of this publication.
At their little meeting last week, they're
really
driving
demeaning.
the point of that. Yeah,
the little thing.
These veterans, whatever.
These little veterans.
They signed a petition to be presented to Congress in which they say that, quote, many of them are in abject want at the present time, living on the cold charities of friends and neighbors. Some are living with their children, who in many cases are unable to support them. Some are living in garret bedrooms, their rent paid by the church to which they belong, and trusting to friends to furnish the means to subsist from day to day. So it's like we treat our veterans now.
It's
What's
the VA
difference?
now. Yep.
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
It's the VA now, where it's like, yep, you come here for us to tell you who to panhandle at.
Yeah. We can no longer live next to the giant garbage fire that you have stationed us next to for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
There is one whose home is in the cabin of an old canal boat.
It's still going. Okay. One of them lives in a canal boat. My mother lives near canal boats, and they are the funniest thing. And you're like, what? Yeah, and man,
oh yeah,
man.
I've seen those. I've seen those in England on like TV shows.
It's super crazy.
Is it like a houseboat?
If your house was really tiny and weird, and it's just you are like, man, this is soup. Like it just honestly, you're like heroin must be getting shot in there. They are long and tiny. They're like canal submarines, but above water. They are the weirdest, and you're like, I mean, you're truly like, which way you going? And they're like, that way. It's the only option.
What do they do for toilets?
I don't think any of us want to know.
Oh,
is it a bucket? It's a
I
canal,
would guess
right?
it's pretty close to a bucket or a hole in the canal.
No, the canal. You're not going to shit in your tiny little narrow thing. You're going to shit in the giant.
Probably bucket crap and toss it into the canal. That's what
Chris,
I would guess.
Chris, are you pitching they hang their ass over the side of the boat?
Sure. They catch their feet over the beautiful polished brass railing, which I'm sure is there for safety.
Absolutely. The bow.
Yeah, and they just drop their trousers. So yeah, I would say trousers definitely down to sort of like above knee, because if you slip, you want to have some traction on the back of your knees to catch on the polished brass rail. Then you just kind of hang down.
Yeah.
And I think the trick is not shitting down the side of the boat. That's
a big part of it. But then you probably just get a mug or something and just kind of canal the water onto it.
Yeah, but everybody knows you're a wreck amateur.
Little
all the
butt
other
barnacles.
Yeah.
All the other canal boaters are like, look at this newcomer.
Yeah, you have to. The canals are very small, so you really have to pick your spot.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make sure the coast is very clear to pull off your brass ass theory.
Is there enough room for them to go side by side each other, like in opposite
That's
directions?
all there's room for.
I mean, and imagine the embarrassment of rubbing asses with another boat shitter.
We've had a poo swap.
Plop.
Oh, dear.
I'm fascinated by this. And do they just park anywhere they want or dock anywhere they want, and then they just hang there? That's their
for ages.
spot?
Yes, that's exactly what happens.
Do people get mad at them? Is there like a
No? It all seems very English and supportive in their weird little way of like, this is fine. Yeah,
It's so funny.
yeah.
What happens when the tide goes out, Gareth?
Yeah,
It gets dicey. It gets dicey. That's where, that's when you see where they've been shitting.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So surely the country could better afford to appreciate a few $1,000s annually to keep these old men out of almshouses. No, that never happens.
Wrong.
That never happens.
A few $1,000s? Jesus.
Nope. And we can't afford that.
No.
Sorry.
We're buying gold for the king.
Yeah, you idiots.
I mean, wow, that's a sad life. I didn't know it was going to get that sad. It got sad.
I'm sorry, Gareth.
The
For
women's
what?
rights.
Why are you apologizing specifically to me? The canal stuff?
Yeah, well, we just were talking about.
Or you
your
think I'm just
house
extra
and
sensitive?
You seem like a fucked up people is what we're saying.
Well, I don't know. I think Chris is apologizing in a better direction than what you're trying to bottom line.
I think Dave's right.
I don't
getting,
think that's Chris.
I'm getting down to the brass knuckles of the whole thing.
Yeah, Dave's getting down to the shitty canal bottom, to be honest.
Right, I'm getting to the canal bottom.
It's a life, and it chooses them. And while it doesn't make sense to us, and it seems like it should have been outlawed in 1890, it's still highly active where my mother lives. So I'll get her on the goddamn phone now.
Do they fish? Do they eat like crawdads out of the canal?
Crawdads? You're in the wrong region.
Do they hang their bottom over until a fish jumps up and catch
it?
No.
What's that hand fishing thing where they shove their hand in and they like?
Oh yeah,
I think you guys think England's New Orleans. That's not what's happening.
Oh my god.
No.
I hope the vampire Lestat doesn't start lurking around the shit.
And the food is the same, right?
A poo boy. Yeah. No. Wrong.
The women's rights paper in New York says bills will soon be introduced into several legislatures compelling hotels to receive women traveling alone unless there is positive evidence of bad character.
Wow.
So this is exciting. They're going to let women sleep overnight instead of outside.
That check-in line isn't long enough. We're like, sorry, we're just trying to figure out. We're judging her character.
Whore!
Yeah. So women not allowed to get a hotel on their own until now.
Well, that's how you keep them. Now you keep them from traveling, right? They can't go anywhere because they can't.
The fear, the constant fear of what a woman would fall into or do.
Yeah.
Is it city hookers that are sort of leading this? Because they're just like, I don't want one of those country hookers coming to town and staying.
I think it's just I think it's just actually not. There's no sex work happening here. It's just women wanting to be able to travel.
Women want to travel, and men and husbands being like, "That's absurd, Cheryl. You'll die."
They're all
Cheryl, you'll fuck a bunch of men who aren't me, and then you'll die. Do you understand?
If you're alone in a hotel, you'll suck everybody off.
Do you understand what'll happen? Your little brain can't see the future you're headed for.
Mm-hmm.
You foolish woman. Wearing pants. Wanting to run. You'll die, you idiot.
Jesus.
I mean, Chris, this is a time. Women couldn't go to the post office alone at this
Or the
at this
bathroom.
point in time.
Mm-hmm. Well, not with the
Yeah, they couldn't go
postmaster
to the
shouting
post
at
office
them
alone.
from the newspaper.
And when
Yeah, he's swamped.
when women started going to the post office alone, like men flipped out, like it
Lost
was
their
like
minds.
Just
Yeah.
they lost their fucking minds.
What are you going to do? Lick all the envelopes? You crazy psychopath. Wow. Sounds like men have really been afraid of women for a long
We
time.
haven't
I don't
been
agree.
doing great.
Oh, I
We've
don't.
had-
I don't agree. I don't
Oh,
agree.
you don't? No.
No.
You think it's
No.
correct?
Yeah.
All
We
that's happening.
overcorrected. They're voting. They're talking to each other.
Go to
Cars.
the post
Are you
office. They're
kidding me?
mailing letters.
It's called the male, not the female.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Pastimes will be right
shit.
back.
Are you into protein powder? Dave loves juicing.
Oh man, I can't wait for our Alex Jones commercial face. It's gonna be so great.
Guys, there's a
Yeah.
whole avenue open to you.
I can't
Oh my
wait.
God, you guys buy gold.
Can't wait. And drink it. We're drinking gold.
The manufacture of tobacco is extensively carried on in California.
Hmm.
Oh,
What?
Sure. Well,
I can't. Okay, I had
that
no
doesn't seem-
idea.
Yeah, I was
It
gonna
does
that doesn't-
because it's not a crop that we do here now at all.
No.
It's all Kentucky, and
No, we're a vape people now.
we're vape people. Yeah, we grow vapes.
and
We're
gummies.
harvesting. We got gummies, yeah, exactly.
gummies.
And tacos. Those are probably our big three.
Those
Pretty
are-
much the big three. Yeah,
Those
that's
are
pretty
our
much
biggest
it.
output. Yeah.
Vape juice, gummies, and tacos.
Yeah. It is reported that there are at present 178 different places in San Francisco where cigars are made.
That is shocking.
Wow.
178?
That's a lot. It's a very
That's like
competitive
every other
industry.
store back
Yes.
then.
Jesus.
Yes. Yeah.
And about 1,000 persons engaged in the business. These establishments turned out 50 million cigars last year.
Jesus Christ.
What in the
Wow.
fuck?
Oh, the smell.
Oh, yeah. I'm not.
But in the day, I mean, wasn't every gentleman smelling of a cigar? Like, wasn't it
I
sort of
guess.
a universal cologne?
Probably. Yeah.
I get they must have been. Yeah.
You know?
And that's why they were like, women can't go out because they'll find a non-cigar smelling man and fuck him. When was the last time you guys smoked a cigar? Last time I smoked a cigar was like every time I smoked a cigar where I'm like, yeah, it's not for me.
Don't care for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't
got
feel
my
good,
throat.
and I'm trying to seem like I could do it around other men, and it's not going well.
It's in
Yeah,
the company
it just-
of other cigar smokers. Always.
Yes, always.
Yeah.
And
And,
I'm
when
like-
I walk by those little cigar places where guys are just in a cigar shopping it up
Yeah.
and smoking, I just don't know what's
I
happening.
don't get it.
Why?
I
It just
don't
seemed-
get it.
The only time I've ever like been in one of those shops has been with a friend, and like, you know, the guy says like, well, what do you want? And I realize what I end up describing is not a cigar. Oh, do you have a thing that's very small
Yeah.
that doesn't smell? And,
So you're asking for a cigarette again?
Mhm.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Or could it be like some Fritos? Do you guys sell a cigar that's like a bag of corn chips?
So you're ordering a burrito again? Like some beef, pico de gallo in it, and it's wrapped very tight.
Yeah. And then
A
eggs
block?
and some cheese. Maybe
You know what I
chop in.
mean? Just like right in there.
If you go into that
The
special
only one,
room.
Yeah.
I think the only one I've been in was the one that was next door to the Improv.
Oh, I don't
probably
even know.
gone now.
Yeah.
About 50 factories are exclusively controlled by Americans, and about 100 are managed by Chinamen. Well, we knew that was coming. I mean,
Yep.
eventually they get to the
I
races.
mean,
Yeah. Yep, the disdain. And by the way, probably a far superior cigar.
Probably.
Yeah.
The tobacco plantations in the southern portion of the state promises heavy and fine crops this year.
I wonder
come
how
on.
they got those crops.
Tobacco plantations in Southern California.
Oh, they're saying SoCal?
Yes.
No, I thought they meant like the southern
No.
states. Wow. This is interesting.
I moved away from it, but I believe
Not everyone can make it in Hollywood.
No, it's a southern portion of the state. So
Okay.
when is Los Angeles sort of like a city?
It's not yet. We'll let
Is
you know.
it? Yeah. Is it?
Oh,
We'll keep
I
you
don't.
posted.
I mean, I think this is right around when we take it.
so maybe this
Control
is
of
just,
it.
they're growing because it said San Francisco. So maybe Los Angeles
I mean-
isn't
Yeah,
even
right.
really like a place.
It was like
Wow.
a transition period. Like there were still a lot of Mexican landowners.
Mm-hmm.
So
Don
I
Diego
think
de la
it's
Vega,
it takes a
aka
while.
Zorro,
See,
the fox.
that's him.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's the guy. That's the
Very
guy.
good.
Oh, you want to hear a poem?
Not really.
This is
If this is one of Dave's originals.
Foreskin, where art thou?
oh, in me hand. The following is a literal transcription of the prescription of a letter put in the post office in Louisville. It has
The
gone.
post office is a big player.
Oh, yeah, it has gone on its way, rhyming, and Grant will doubtless. I can't read that word.
It's a
Long
viral
see
letter.
that all ends in smoke. Here we go. Mash this stamp. I'm bound to go. To stop me now you can't. I want to see the president, Ulysses S. Grant. My trip's, I know, a long one, to ride upon the cars. But then I will be useful to light up his cigars. So check my baggage through and start me on the run. I'm going to see the president, who's now at Washington.
This is
Great.
not worth our time.
I totally disagree.
And
It's,
also, this is from the POV of a stamp?
Or
What
was
is
it a
this?
match? Didn't
Oh,
say
that's
put a
pretty good.
stamp on and I'm going to light a cigar?
The lighting of the cigar is, yes, I don't know. Like most poems at the end, I'm really just going to pretend I understood.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a match.
Okay. All right.
But then
Way to
it'll
go,
be useful
Chris.
to
You're winning
light
the
up his
podcast
cigars.
once again.
Oh
Unless
my
it's just a
gosh.
guy who lights cigars for people.
Or maybe like the letter itself is going
That's
to
what
be
I was
used
sort of thinking.
as
Like
a
it was going to
torch?
be, that's
Oh.
kind of what I was picturing.
Right. Yeah. Gareth, I
What a
yield.
puzzle. What
Huh?
a puzzle.
I yield to you. I yield to your idea.
If you're yielding to me, you're in a dark zone, Chris. I think you know that pretty well from the Benjamin Franklin Childhood Home Initiation. If you yield to me, you're going to want the wheel back real quick.
No. Let's just see where it goes. Oh, a gully. Why are we in a gully?
A canal? We were driving.
Oh, shit boat. I miss you.
Local and other matters. The Red Cross mark, and then there's like a little actual X kind of thing, on the margin of your paper is not a Ku Kluxism,
Jesus Christ.
but a sign that your subscription has expired.
Oh my
Whoa.
God.
Whoa.
What?
Those are some crossed wires.
Diane, I think we're in the Klan. We're in the Klan. Look.
Why's our paper getting a Klan thing on it now?
Oh, well, I guess it's a Klan publication.
Mother, father, I forgot to bring a nickel to the newspaper house.
Well, great. Now we're in the KKK, you idiot.
Oh,
Jesus.
I
Good
guess we had
Lord.
that coming.
that's, I mean,
Quite a mix-up. I guess people didn't know how the Klan worked. They were just like, oh, we've been chosen.
but hey, great incentive to fucking pay that bill.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
You know what?
Yes.
If I got that from AT&T every month, fucking
Yeah. Spectrum sends you a bill. Well, listen, you owe us for internet, but you haven't paid it, so now you're in the Klan.
Mhm. Well, you can watch Hulu or be a hate monger. It's kind
Yeah.
of your call.
I hate to. Yeah, you missed your payment. You're MAGA now. Oh, damn it, honey, we're MAGA.
Please send your renewal at once. It is important that this little matter be attended to immediately.
Sure.
And then there's a little, this is in quotes now. Don't steal me, for I am private property, bought and paid for by a subscriber, one who sustains the press and wants to read me. Don't borrow me, for my owner don't like it. And besides, the machine will turn you out a copy just like me for 4 cents. And you want to sustain the press. Go and subscribe and keep your conscience easy.
The amount that this paper is about paying for this paper is absurd.
Don't borrow me.
I mean, this paper is all of it's the half of the articles in this paper are like, you pay for me. Do you understand?
Please,
I
my
don't do this
God.
for charity, asshole.
Yeah. Hey, Shakespeare, you still reading? Why don't you cough up a
come on.
couple pennies?
Yeah, right. It's when you're like scrolling through an article and it's like, well, it's gonna be $1.99 to pay for the subscription if you want to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if not, you're in the KKK. Oh shit! Already logged in, a subscriber, or are you a KKK member?
Oh, looks like you love South African diamonds now as well, cheapskate.
Well, I'll tell you what, you like free articles? Welcome to the Nazi party. Oh shit!
Bogart and Gaines.
Hmm.
In passing around town, we noticed that Messrs. Bogart and Gangs are doing something. Suppose they will tell people soon what they intend doing through the columns of the Forerunner. We'll wait and see.
Obviously no clue what's
This
happening.
is literally local
It's like
news. And
the
local
Riggs and
news is-
Murtaugh of the day. Oh, right.
someone's-
Yeah, it is. It's just local town. So everyone
Someone's
knew
up-
these two.
Yeah, someone's up to something. These guys are up to something. They're doing something.
Yeah. And we don't
Bogart
know
and
what.
Gaines, Bogart and Gaines, will we rape you or sing a new song? What could we do? What could we do?
So we heard from the Bogart and Gaines estate, and they are really unhappy with the song.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
the melody?
some issues.
No, the melody to them, they're no issue. Lyrically, they feel like it immediately goes in a dark direction that they have nothing to do with.
I did say their name twice. Maybe we can cut that out. So it's just Bogart and Gaines.
No.
Eating the kids.
No.
Again, that's the part. That's the part.
I think it's what you're saying that Bogart and Gaines are doing. While we don't know what they're doing, the speculation song doesn't seem to be necessarily serving,
right.
what they're putting out there because they've never eaten kids and they're not, they're not rapists.
I'd just like to point out the line outside the Bogart and Gaines office is down the street. So you could say
people are
attention's
furious.
never been high.
People are very worried about what they're doing.
Look at all the
It's
pitchforks.
it's called exactly. It's a panic, and that I think is what Bogart and Gaines are upset about.
They haven't been able to leave their office for 2 days because of your song.
I think it was just like Bogart and Gaines. Wow, maybe philanthropists, Bogart and Gaines,
Yes.
Tying up women, drinking
no,
their
no,
face.
No, they can't drink. They're not drinking faces. Did you say drinking a face? They're not drinking their faces.
We don't know. We don't know what Bogart and Gaines. What won't they do next?
It just seems
Legally, he's in the clear.
Putting the mayor into a pit.
what again?
No.
These are
That's
very
not-
negative.
Do you understand the theme with all of your Bogart and Gaines songs that we're taking issue with? Because every repitch feels like it's dark again.
Yeah.
We're talking
Okay,
about
so bright. So happy.
Something light.
light and bright. 'Cause I feel like the fact that you've clicked in so fast is worrying.
Remember,
because
these are the gentlemen who just built the town gazebo. They are very helpful.
Do you love the gazebo?
All right.
It's from Bogart and Gaines.
All right.
How many skulls are under the gazebo?
Don't say skulls. No. there's
What?
no
What?
No.
What?
Why are
What
you
just
pretending it's not a
happened?
graveyard?
Oh, I don't know. We just don't know.
Oh.
Just think about it.
All right. It's not bad.
Anyway, here's a bag of hands. Compliments of Bogart and Gaines.
Oh my God! These are children's hands.
I think a lot of what he was singing was just projection.
Half a dozen of Brownlow's political friends at Washington took him into the city in a gaudy carriage, but he attracted no more attention than if he had been a calf tied trundle in a wheelbarrow.
Well, and we all know how regular that image is.
Mhm.
And
A
nothing
man
to
trussed
see
up like a
there.
calf.
Yep, nothing in a wheelbarrow. Nothing to see there, obviously. It's not like a gaudy wagon. The real problem for the rest of the episode is how much the Bogart and Gaines song is stuck in my head.
Well,
That's right.
I mean,
So-
maybe it's time to act on those impulses.
No, it's not. Nobody's saying that. Especially since we got the cease and desist. What?
We did? Oh, shit. Sorry.
Yeah, so we got to stop, obviously. But what were you about? It felt like you were You weren't about
Bogart
to do
and
a-
Gaines.
No,
Fans
no.
of Bill Cosby.
No, he's not even around now. He's not even
No.
around now.
In the future, you guys are lucky.
On Thursday morning last, some individual unknown was seen throwing a bundle from the suspension bridge into the river.
Oh my God.
A
Someone
man-
threw a bundle into the... Wow.
It's full of hands. A man who was in a canoe saw the bundle when it touched the water and, by some tall paddling, succeeded in capturing it before it sank.
Think
Upon-
about how quick this article really could be.
Oh, yeah.
It could be
Yeah.
like 2 sentences, but instead
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, the man had a tall panel and he saw it when it hit the water.
I mean, technically it was 2 sentences.
Oh.
Nice work, Gareth.
You guys thought I was making light of that? That was a
Slammed it.
straightforward point.
Yeah, you slammed it.
Yeah, that could have been 2 sentences.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Upon
Idiots.
opening the package, a Mirabal Dictu? I don't
Mhm.
know. What should he see but 2 Ku Klux suits?
What is happening?
Wow.
So they were throwing Ku Klux
Someone didn't
Klan-
pay their paper subscription.
Yeah. Someone,
Okay.
yeah. I am not a Ku Klux Klaner. God damn it. I just didn't pay the goddamn subscription.
Having to throw your clan outfits into the river to be done with it.
The individual who was the possessor of these articles of apparel has no doubt become disgusted with his profession and thought, no doubt, that to bury the hatchet in the waters of the Cumberland was the surest way of disposing of his garments.
I mean, no, but okay. I like the drama of it all. You're so done
It's
with it, you're
very-
tossing it into the river, but
It's
burn
also
it?
not his.
I mean, it's like if anyone knows how to light something on fire, it's this guy.
I like also that the river seems to be the answer to, well, now that's gone forever.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Yeah.
that's it.
There's a guy in a canoe, like, hey,
Yeah, these clan things are gone like my morning boat shit.
yeah. That guy probably thought it was a sign. He's like, maybe I will join the clan. It's a pretty good idea, God.
It's like Ollie Oxen for you, right? You're like, what? I threw it in the river. I'm not in the clan anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Chris.
Cultivating.
I'm waiting to see how many more clan things appear in this paper.
I
feel
know
like
they
this
are coming
paper
up,
has
Too
aren't
a
strong. Too
dedicated
strong.
readership.
Yep.
Yeah. There's something going on here for sure. It's almost like there's something weird happening in the South in 1869.
I think this would be the end of it.
Cultivating dyspepsia.
Dyspepsia?
Dyspepsia.
Sure.
If I were called upon, said James I of England, oh, this is your people,
Yep.
Hmm.
The canal
To prov-
people.
to provide a dinner for Satan.
What's up? This is
Yeah,
a quote.
Gareth.
If James
if
I
I were to prepare a dinner for Satan, Jesus, the king's gone crazy. We would start with prosciutto hors d'oeuvres, like fancy pigs in a blanket. Shut the door. He is.
well,
Satan loves a carpaccio,
You know,
a crudo.
charcuterie,
well, his
maybe
bill
some
of
guac.
his bill of fare should consist of roast pig and a pipe of tobacco for indigestion.
Jesus, I mean, what is crazier, having tobacco be on your Satan menu or that it's Prilosec? Satan will no doubt have heartburn, which is why he'll have a pipe full of tobacco.
From the manner in which 2/3 of our adult population treat their unfortunate stomach, one might suppose that they were as willing to destroy their own health as King James would have been to sicken Satan.
What is anyone near a grasp of what they're trying to get to?
They're talking about healthy eating. That's a bad meal because you would give it to Satan.
Okay, I don't hate the pitch.
But then give him a cure-all with that pipe. Or unless is that a funny joke that a
I
pipe
think
does not help your
smoking-
tummy?
And
I
that
think- no, I
pitch
think
it
they-
is bad for you, right?
It's bad for you. I think okay.
It's like a
'cause-
negative cherry on top of
But I would
the-
think at this time they would actually think that cigar smoke would help digestion.
Wouldn't shock me. And the meal is, what is it? Pork?
It's just, it's pig.
I mean, that seems like that would be fine to eat. I mean, it's all fun and games until Satan's there having a good time.
Yeah.
You know.
In most countries, people who indulge in alcoholic drinks take them at meal times or immediately after eating when the membranous lining of the stomach is in some degree protected from their inflammatory action by a poultice, so to speak, of masticated food. What in the fuck just happened?
Well, it's also 1869, like when everyone's drinking all day.
Yeah.
Every day.
That's right.
Yeah. And they're also sort of like, it sounds as though everyone's a bit of a doctor because medicines, you know, so it's like,
everyone.
Oh,
Yeah.
To cure my anger, I just take a knife to the arm, a quick knife to the arm, let out some of the humors, you know, clear out the devil in my soul.
Yeah. You're blind? Have lung blood. But also the time when to be a doctor, you literally were just like, I think I'm gonna open a doctor's office, and that's what I'll do.
This is when a guy who was like a dentist, which was just pulling teeth, was like, I'm also a doctor now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I get some leeches.
But being a doctor was just hanging up a sign saying, I'm a doctor.
Doctor.
But the American imbiber prefers to swallow his liquid poison when there is nothing in the organ into which he decants it to qualify its fiery principle or prevent it from taking immediate and full effect upon the viscera with which it comes into contact.
So essentially, the way to drink, if you're going to drink, is to have some food in your stomach because that helps inflammation, which I'm a little surprised they were even keyed into back then. But then they're saying, but people just drink. People drink quickly without food to get drunk immediately. Basically.
I mean, they knew the way we do now, which is like you eat some salsa and you're like, oh boy, I shouldn't have had that before I laid down.
Yeah,
like that's what medicine was.
And I don't agree with that sentiment, by the way.
Okay,
it's nothing like a little bed salsa.
Beer before ichor, never sicker.
Right.
Right.
That's true.
Yes.
That's where that comes from, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
The vicious wretch who throws vitriol in the face of his enemy scarcely misuses him more horribly than one of our perpendicular drinkers misuses his own stomach. Is it any wonder then, considering the outrages which the people of this country commit upon the internal machinery, that dyspepsia is a national disease?
Dyspepsia. So
it's got to be heartburn.
It also, just as usual for me, comes back to the outhouse, which walking by must have just been.
Oh, I didn't think about
just
that.
The horrors.
You mean like
sounds.
the main outhouse? Or
well,
just any outhouse?
I would say like a bar outhouse.
Oh God!
Like where you just be like, oh my God.
I assume that's just a trench behind the bar, right? And it's just a bunch of people wishing they were hanging their asses off a boat.
Chris, I really feel like you have an unhealthy attachment to that. When none of us confirmed that was how it went, you know.
I mean, my newspaper keeps shouting about it, so I just assumed it.
But I really feel.
I didn't know you were in the Clan, but now I just found out.
Oh, not anymore! I threw my robes into the creek. Can't catch me.
Yeah. I did that with a Spider-Man outfit. It had less resonance.
You're still Spider-Man, by the way. You're still Spider-Man.
I don't think I am. I mean, I don't know. I did swear it off, but I can always come back.
I don't know. Doc Ock was asking me about you the other day.
Stop. That guy's always, tell him hi. Lord, he's a hell of a guy.
Dyspepsia that's just indigestion. I'm sure they call it that in other countries, and people are screaming.
This is an article in a newspaper.
Yes,
this is the longest article in the paper
so far. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yep.
It's just angry about drinking on an empty stomach.
Yep. Here's one: female prize fight.
Oh,
I can't.
The
believe
winner
this even
gets
happened.
rights.
I can't. No, she doesn't.
I'm just kidding.
The bona fide prize fight, according to the rules of the ring, except that hair pulling and biting were allowed. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow. So it is no holds barred. Wow.
It's MMA.
It's encouraged.
Can you bite in MMA? Is that actually
No,
you can't. Okay.
no.
Took
come on.
place
What are we,
between
animals?
two.
Have you seen the slap fighting league? What are we, crazy?
Took place between two women at Somerville, Massachusetts, at an early hour on March 8th. The contestants, on their appearance in the ring, were clad in the conventional costumes of gaiters, stockings, and drawers, wearing nothing else to speak of beyond waterfalls and magenta curls. I think that's their hair, right?
Yeah,
guess, yeah.
So this was definitely the greatest thing that happened for some men, without question.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. I mean,
are we allowed to beat off during this?
Gareth, no.
Why? Come on. Can't be the only one.
Okay. I mean, I guess so.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Are you going to sit right there? You're sitting like right. You're so close to me while you're jerking off. That's the limit. I wonder if you could scooch down a couple of seats.
Well, that's one option, or you start stroking too, and then that makes it kind of like something a bunch of us are doing. Is that crazy?
I mean, I guess so.
There's strength in numbers.
Am I going to end up?
Hey guys, make it less weird that I'm jerking off now by jerking off.
Hard too. We're all kind of uncomfortable.
I'm done.
It's very uncomfortable.
Doesn't matter.
Whoa.
It's over. Yeah, I'm fucking. This is fun. I'm having a really good bachelor party. This is awesome.
I'm a little concerned that even though as you're sitting here and talking, you're just coming. You're just still coming.
Well, you ruined the pork.
I'm so tired. I'm exhausted.
You might want to smoke a pipe now.
At the very first round, one of them, Sarah Chapman, became frightened and jumped out of the ring.
Yeah, of course. I mean, what? It doesn't sound like she was ready. It does not sound like this was the will of them to do.
Yeah. As soon as she realized her nose was going to get bitten off.
Yeah, she was like, I'm sorry, what?
She definitely did not want to do this.
Yeah.
Sarah, you're fighting tonight. What?
What? Who? A woman. Put on this gator ensemble.
Oh, my God. But her backers drew her back again, and she eventually won the fight in the 21st round.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
These look like two cows.
And these are just fists back then. There's nothing else.
First round. How long? Let's say a round is a minute. It's not, but let's say a round is a minute.
Exhausting.
21 minutes of these women.
Yeah.
Oh.
Awful.
Over her opponent, Molly Jones, both of them having been severely punished.
Punished? Jesus Christ.
Maggie begged her seconds in God's name to take her away, and so the fight and money, $50, was awarded to Sarah.
Oh, my God. You know what's? This is one of those glad we got the jokes out early ones. Because it ends with a woman being beaten so badly. She's like, please end this. And someone's like, all right, fine. Give it a 50.
By the way, the person who was winning the fight begged for it to be over.
Please.
My hands don't work.
Oh, my God.
Holy Christ. Okay.
New Orleans, the stern-wheeled steamboat
England.
Glide, hence for Red River, ran aground and exploded at midnight last night.
What? Ran aground and then exploded?
I was going to say, as everyone knows, because there was a deafening explosion at midnight. Hey, remember 6 hours ago when you thought the world was exploding? Nope.
The wreck is burned. The boat and cargo are a total loss. 5 or 6 men were injured, several of them fatally. Let's say you're not injured fatally. Yeah, you're dead.
We count them as dead.
He dropped the lead.
We can do 2 separate counts, the injured and the dead.
They were.
Your husband was badly injured last night.
Oh, they were fatally scalded. Oh, that's a way to go.
That's not injury.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, you can't talk to him for a couple days. He's going to be in the hospital until he's done being dead.
Your husband was horribly injured. Oh, my God. Yeah. And he died from it.
Oh, God. Okay. Thomas, the steamers J.G. Blackford and Thomas Powell reached the scene in about 20 minutes. The wounded were brought into this city by Governor Allen. The governor also brought the officers and crew of the steamer Idaho. The steamer Idaho, Gareth.
What? Just because I lived there for
We've
a year?
done.
Is that what
We've
you're
done.
doing?
That's the
Oh, yeah.
one we've done 3 episodes on accidentally,
Yeah.
or no, 2. Idaho. Yeah, there was like a ship that had guess what on it? That had sex workers.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Right. Okay.
Yeah. It sunk in the, I can't read what that is, river on Sunday. The boat and cargo are a total loss, but no lives were lost on the latter. The loss by Idaho is $20,000.
Right. Wow.
So that's the
lot
end
of
of the
money.
Idaho ship. Yeah,
Well, at least we got closure on that story from a while ago.
we did.
Is the Idaho like a party ship? Was it sort of like, sorry, we crashed and burned those men. Here's a fuck boat.
I can't remember. I know it was definitely during the war. I can't remember now. God, but we've done it twice, so we should know.
Well, you should more than me. I mean, I think
You should know because I read it to you.
No, come on.
I mean,
That's not how learning works, right, Chris? Back me up here.
yeah, I could say. I mean, Gareth's also doing a Sudoku right now, so I mean,
Yeah, and by the way, also doing that poorly, might I add. Both are going poorly.
I can't. This is out of Raleigh. Judge Russell of the Superior Court of North Carolina issued a proclamation commanding 6 members of the Ku Klux Klan to surrender themselves to Sheriff of Robeson County or other lawful officer of the state, authorizing any citizen of the state to capture and bring to justice these outlaws. And in the case of fight or resistance, after being called on to surrender, to slay them without accusation or impeachment of any crime.
Awesome. First of all, awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
but second of all, that feel-good story about the guy who finally came to his morality senses and threw his KKK uniform into the river. There's a different tenor to that now, that he was probably like, they're going to kill me. Or the guy in the river just was like out with his Klan outfit and he was like, some guy threw it into my canoe.
Mm-hmm. Not me.
No, it's not mine. Even though the initials in the collar are mine.
Wow.
I mean, it fits me. It was, good. I mean, I like a tapered leg.
Oh, so sure. It's like Cinderella's slipper, but it's crazy. What a coincidence.
Mm-hmm. The shoes are so comfortable.
Look at them. I mean, whoever had this one took great care of it.
So that story was, it's now open sea. It's duck season.
Time to kill them.
But it's Klan people.
Which is great.
It sounds like there's 6 guys. They're just like, go ahead and kill those ones.
Which is great.
I mean,
yeah, I'm fine with it.
Far better. Far better era. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Send the message.
Suddenly, the women fighting each other, it doesn't seem so bad, doesn't it?
No, you're right. I guess that woman who almost died, she is okay. That's right, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she doesn't have an eyelid anymore. And
she's okay, right, Chris?
Sideways.
No, she's no. As Dave just said, no, her eyelid was torn off by teeth.
Hey, it's the friends they made along the way.
Yeah.
That's right.
She now can't stop but stare at the sun.
Well, out of one eye. Out of one eye.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The other one's fully closed. Perfect.
Forever.
Yeah.
Hey, I think that it's those two are going to be okay.
Yep.
Better than
ever.
ever.
For sure.
Let's just put a finer point on it.
Never have children, but yeah.
Great.
I bet you they'd be fucking two hell of Klan hunters. Those 2 ladies.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now we have a movie.
Yeah. Clan Hunters is great. Isn't that the Nintendo game?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! What do you think would happen if you started selling a game called Clan Hunters?
Oh man! Well, it would be a great way to get the KKK to come out of the woodwork. That's for sure. Start to see those people like, you can't do that.
More so? I feel
yeah,
like,
I believe it or not.
I feel like the woodwork's pretty empty right now.
Yeah, no, they seem quite comfortable and cozy as of late. Yeah, it's been an awesome run for sure.
Okay, these are just like some little one sentence blurbs down here.
Okay.
The finishing of the Great Railroad to Utah will, it is thought, cause Brigham Young's ribs to be tickled.
Okay. So,
yeah, can't disagree with that.
Borman's getting a train. They're excited.
Yep. The talk of making Alaska a penal colony. They talk of making Alaska a penal colony. Should not the first culprits sent to it be those who bought it? Oh, because it was dumb that we bought Alaska. So
right.
they're
saying send
let's do something with this place. Why don't we send the prisoners up there?
Right.
But aren't
the
they saying
criminals who bought it?
the idiots in the government
idiots
who
in
made this deal?
Yeah, these fucking
Send them to
Congress
the
guys
penal
buying this.
Yeah,
All right. I mean,
not a bad idea.
We expect to see the radical party like a dandy's hair parted in the middle.
Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
These are like
are we-
Sudoku articles.
Gareth, you kind of have a hair. You're sort of like a hair guy. Would you ever part your hair down the middle like a dandy?
Oh, I've had that. I've done that too.
Sure, a dandy
Oh, yeah.
split.
Down the
Yeah.
middle?
Yeah, I've had. Yeah, I did the butt cut when my hair was long. Yeah,
Mhm.
looked like like a real little concierge boy.
Mhm.
I've had
How
that.
long was your hair?
At its longest, it was like shoulder length.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and it was bleached for a while. It was a whole thing. It was.
Whoa, kind of
You were, in
Spicoli.
Were you in Skid
Yeah.
Row?
No, man, come on.
No.
Gareth, finish this sentence. 18 in life.
My hair's parted.
All right.
Okay.
Close enough.
Maybe you weren't. Maybe you weren't.
I'll take it.
An old hat, an old pair of shoes, and an old friend make us feel at ease.
Now that's what I'm talking about. That's right.
Mhm.
How is that in a paper?
Nothing makes me feel more at home when an old buddy comes over in his old hat and his old shoes, and I do the same.
Oh, God.
We all bust out our old robes, our old white, hate-filled robes.
We all put our robes on and hope that nobody's coming door to door to see what we're wearing.
Okay. Miss Grant, the Washington correspondent of a Western journal, has this to say of Miss General Grant.
I knew it.
Few women ever bore the perilous test of sudden fame and fortune with a more hearty happiness or more unassuming grace. Is she pretty? No. She is a roly-poly of a little woman.
God damn. Just,
Fuck.
Jesus Christ. Aggressive, honestly.
I really-
That's,
With a face like a boulder.
She reminds me of a potato bug.
Wow.
a butt like a table. It's like Trump. If you did this in Trump voice, it'd be perfect. Wait, give me the setup again, Dave.
The beginning?
Of her description.
Is she pretty? No. She's
Is she
a
pretty? No. It works right away. She's a real roly-poly, okay? She's big and roly-poly. Is she pretty? Yep. No.
She looks like she's been through a 21-round fight.
Look, when you look at her, no, I looked at her the other day. I said she looked like she's been through a 21-round fight.
Gee.
She's a real roly-poly.
Oh, but she has beautiful hands, neck, and feet.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Her features are well cut, but her
You know-
eyes are crossed.
Oh, my God. Jesus, Kaya, I'm really hoping she never got eyes on this. Although if she did, it doesn't sound like she'd read it too competent.
I don't think she'd be allowed to read it, sounds like.
That's actually true as well. Wow.
Some of her friends wished her to have them straightened.
What? Her eyes?
Yes.
What's the thought of what?
I don't know. I don't know how
Gareth,
you could do that back then.
It's a simple procedure. I'm gonna put these loops of string. You can see each loop. I'm gonna put it inside behind your eyes.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just gonna pull those eyes straight.
Right, and yank them straight. Okay, maybe tie it to a door handle and shut it or something.
Great,
like
love
that.
it. Now your eyes are gonna hang
Seem
out
pretty
for a
open.
while.
Seem pretty
You're gonna
open to
be-
suggestions for someone who says this as a.
You're gonna be this guy. You're gonna be
What
the
you're doing
eye.
right now is making it look like they're sort of dangling like eye testicles.
Yeah, your eyes are going to be actually staring down, kind of no matter what, because the optic nerve will be just like.
So ruined, I would imagine. Sort
I
of.
mean, imagine you've taken your clan outfit and thrown it in the river. Well,
Yes, I
those
have.
outfits are soaked, so they're just going to hang down off the bridge of your face.
a self teabagging with eyeballs appears.
Oh, you should be so lucky.
Wait a minute. You've done this before, obviously.
Well, I live on a boat.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
A shit boat?
Yeah.
I mean, you are my dentist. Let's give it a shot.
Oh, I'm actually now your doctor.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Some of her friends wished her to have them straightened. No, she said, Mr. Grant had loved her ever since she was a little girl with her eyes crossed.
All right. You know what? For a minute, you were kind of like, oh, that's cool. He loves her the way she's since a little girl.
This is Grant's daughter? Grant's wife?
I thought wife.
Wife.
Yeah, wife.
Gosh.
Yep.
He had said that she would not be herself to him if they were straight.
I wish
Crooked,
this
they
article
should
would
remain.
end. It'd be cool if this article ended soon.
If he was satisfied, what mattered it to other people?
Well, that's nice, except for the fact that he's a pedophile.
That's what I bought her.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Give me the little roly-poly cross-eyed one. She's a beaut.
I want one that bumps into shit so I know when she's running away.
Like a Roomba with a vagina. Am I the only one who wants to fuck the Roomba? The suction on that thing.
Oh, Gareth.
What?
That seemed
Come on.
informed.
I was in
that seemed like an
character. You can't-
informed.
Stop. Come on. That's why you put dust on your dick. Come on, everybody. All right. The pastimes is done. Right, Dave?
Yeah, it's done.
Okay.
Jesus.
Dave will be in Atlanta this weekend.
Chris, you're the best. Thank you for joining us. Everyone should check out Nerd Poker.
Oh,
The
please do.
Thundermans.
Do you like Dungeons and Dragons? Are you a 12-year-old child? You'll love the Thundermans. You may not be listening to this show.
Oh, well, listen. I mean, it's done very well, right? I mean, you're very
yeah.
You're always at the.
We're trying to get this in schools for.
Yeah, we're not trying to get our audience to watch the Thundermans. We're trying to get the Thundermans crew into this world.
Yeah.
And I think this is a pretty good episode to show them the sensitivity and softness that this podcast really conveys and gets across.
That's right.
Nickelodeon loves like postmasters that just sort of go off the rails.
Now, would they be open to a show about the clan, do you think? Or is that going to be kind of...
I think I have to go. I think I have to.
Okay, you should go. Okay, I get you.
I don't think I can say any of this.
Yeah, if I were you, I would stop talking. So, Chris Tallman, you're the best. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I'm so sorry that this is our history, but
yes, truly,
good.
I would say pretty much the whole thrust of this show is that why?
how is this possible?
How did this get made? Why is this where we're from?
Yeah.
Anyway, so everyone check out lamb balls and veal balls.
Veal balls and dill sauce.
Great.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. Bert Firschers. God bless everyone.
Some of these days you'll miss me, honey.